Hello my dudes, and welcome back to my little corner of the internet. If you're new here, I'm Evan, and I knit things. And if you're a regular, welcome back. I'm so glad you're all here. Today I have for you episode 9 of my 2026 podcast series, and I don't have very much to show you, so let's jump right in. I only have one finished object and I've got 3 whips. So there's been very little progress on anything, and that's fine. That's how it is some weeks, and I don't really care. So today for me is Thursday, May 7th. I think I'm going to start trying to film on Thursdays, then edit on Fridays and have it uploaded on Saturday. So hopefully that'll spread out the load a little bit and I'll be able to do this more regularly. Because usually it's like, I could do one or the other, but I definitely can't do both. So if we spread it out, we should be able to do this more regularly. Hopefully. So, finished objects. I mean, I guess technically there's 2. The first one is the sample I had for Purl Soho. I finished them. They got shipped out. I finally have time to do other things. But there's nothing to show you, so it's not very fun or exciting. Next is, I finished Charmeleon. He's still cutie. And that's all the finished objects. Whips are going to be that short too. So I would be surprised if today's episode makes it over 10 minutes. But you know, I think you guys would rather have a super short episode than no episode. Let me know if that's not true. I mean, unless I literally like have nothing to show you. But yeah. Okay. Whips. Since I finished Charmeleon, hold please while I put this thread in the back. So you can see, I started Charizard. I'm only on the second color. I have had so much trouble with this Charizard. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this wing tried to murder my soul. This pattern for some reason is 6 separate pages. We've got like page, 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 which is completely unnecessary. It's not that big. So I was doing this page, and I did this page, and then I did this page, and then this page, and then the break for the page is like right here. Like, it's in a really random spot. It's like right here. So then I go to do this bit and it doesn't line up with this bit. And I'm like, what on earth? So I'm looking and I'm like, oh, right here there's supposed to be 3 stitches. I only had 2. So I unpick all of this. This whole hand, this whole wing tip, and some of this line of the top of the arm. And then I went to bed. And then the next morning I fix this and I redo the hand and I go to the wingtip again and it still doesn't line up. And I'm like, what is happening? I fixed the bit. This line. This was wrong. None of this was wrong. This was wrong, but then the page ended here and I started from the bottom there. So, like... it was this. So, yeah. Very annoyed. Very unhappy. But it's fixed now, and I'm filling in right here with blue, this darker blue, and then there's some down in here, and then we'll be on to the 3rd color. I I was so full of rage at that bit of Charizard. It was out of control. Next whip. This is the If You Knit You Know hat by Purl Soho. We had to go vote, so this came with me on Tuesday to vote. I didn't put a marker in, so I don't know how much progress I made, but I will put one in now so we can see next week. Because, actually, it'll probably be finished by next week because it's my birthday, Saturday, when this goes live. And it happens to be my kids are camping with Boy Scouts this weekend. So, like they usually do like one camp out a month, and it happens to be this weekend. So Brett and I get 2 days together with no kids, which is pretty exciting. And then Sunday's Mother's Day. So I'm sure we'll probably at least like go eat or something, because I'm not cooking Saturday or Sunday. My family gets so annoyed because my birthday is always either, I mean, they prefer it when it is Mother's Day because then it's not like 2 days in a row of them having to do more stuff, because I usually do the cooking because nobody else can cook. Although Henry likes to cook, so he's learning some stuff. He can make grilled cheese and pasta, and that's about it. But we're getting there. So anyway, this may very well be finished next week. This yarn is from Asylum Fibers. And what was the colorway? Ultramarine. Which is accurate. I mean, it looks on camera a little bit brighter than it is in real life, but that also is entirely dependent on the lighting. But yeah, it looks really good. I need to decide what I want to duplicate stitch on here. I think I may just do like the sample, an SSK. We'll see. Next, the Sweet Shop Blanket by Laura Penrose. I don't remember how many squares we had last week. What is this one hair that keeps separating from the rest of my hair? I don't remember how many squares we had last week, but we're down to 21 now. Finally, I feel like I'm making some decent progress on this blanket. I'm kind of hoping to finish it by the end of May. I don't know if that's actually feasible though. We'll have to see. But yeah, you can check out the playlist for all of the random scrappy Sweet Shop Blanket videos. Then I kind of have a new cast on. I started the swatch for my next project. This is a swatch for the Best Dressed Vest by Ashley Adams. It is a slip-over vest in half fisherman's rib. Like, half fisherman's rib takes a long time, but I really enjoy knitting it. This yarn is from Sinful Yarns. The colorway is called Burnt Copper, and it's 100% fingering. It's this really nice pinky copper color. So here's my swatch. I literally just finished it like 5 minutes ago. It's not blocked yet, so I don't know. I mean, I like this fabric, so this is what I'm going to use. This yarn and these needles. I just may have to do some math. Because this pattern calls for sport weight yarn. I never have sport weight yarn, ever. So this is fingering, but it'll be fine. I mean, it's a slip over, and it's supposed to be oversized, so it will work out fine. I do need to remember to swatch this, or swatch, to block it in a minute here, when I'm done. And then I was considering casting on a pair of DK weight socks just to have something like super mindless and super easy to work on when I don't feel like working on other things. Because like I didn't touch my iris sweater this week because I didn't have the bandwidth for it between like I'm kind of trying to power through the Sweet Shop blanket and I was finishing samples over the weekend. So I think I want to cast on a pair of DK weight socks. I have some skeins of Hobie self-striping that I may use. That's not an endorsement for Hobie. Don't buy from them. They went all gung-ho for AI, so don't buy from them. But I have like 4 or 5 skeins of self-striping sock yarn from them that I got like 5 years ago. And it's kind of scratchy, so it's really only good for socks. But it makes really nice socks that hold up really well. Because you want a little more tooth in your sock yarn that you're going to actually use for socks, you know. So, yeah. That's all the knitting. I didn't spin it all this week either. It's been a week. I also don't have any acquisitions, so that just leaves book chat. I finished 4 books this week. 4. 3 5 stars and 1 1.5 star. So let's just start at the top. Brett and I finally finished The Eye of the Bedlam Bride by Matt Dinneman. 5 stars. I was so nervous for the end of the book, but the horrible thing I thought was going to happen didn't happen, so thank goodness for that. Second, I finished Tristan and the Magisteria by Corwin Rosewood. I was reading this for Rattle the Stars PR, of which I am an influencer. I hate that word, but you can find my whole review for the book here on YouTube over on Instagram. I really loved it. 5 stars. It was super fun. If you want a fun, adventure-y fantasy, definitely check that one out. It's available everywhere in paper and ebook. Yeah, I really loved it. Next, I finished Silver Elite by Danny Francis. This book was trash. I hated it. I read the book past chapter 4. The big twist I called in chapter 4. Every other twist I called vastly ahead of time. This book was, if you took Red Queen, which I loved, and merged it with Fourth Wing and a bit of Divergent, you have this book. Like, every single plot point that happened in this book happened in one of those 3 books, and I hated it. So, yeah. And finally, The Impossible Garden of Clara Thorne by Summer N. England. 5 stars, loved it. If you want a really interesting fantasy sapphic romance, check that one out. I really liked it. I really liked it a lot. There's so much character growth with Clara. I mean, it could be because like I really related to her in her inner struggles with like self-worth and not dealing with your feelings. It was poignant for me. But yeah, I loved it. Okay, currently reading Heir of Blood and Moonlight by Lindsay Sparks. A Bargain with Darkseer by Alexandra Parker. I'm really trying to work on finishing this one. I'd like to finish it by the end of the month. From Paris to Forever by Zoe Sky. You Did Nothing Wrong by C.G. Drews. And Brett and I started the next Dungeon Crawler Carl book, which is This Inevitable Ruin by Matt Dinneman. The book 8 of Dungeon Crawler Carl comes out next week, I think. So obviously we're not going to be reading it next week, but then we'll have to wait for book 9. Anyway, that's all the books. That's all the everything. My timer says 15 minutes. So with editing, this may or may not be over 10 minutes, but it's fine. Thank you all for being here. I hope you enjoyed this episode. You can like, comment, subscribe to support the channel. Also linked below is my Ravelry wish list if you'd like to support the channel that way. I think that's everything. You can hit the notification bell to be notified of my next upload, since sometimes it's a little crazy about when that's going to be. And I'll see you guys next time. Love you, bye.